Principles of UX writing. Clarify your purpose. Think about why you are writing the copy and what it is intended to do. Identify one point and stick to it to ensure clarity. If the purpose becomes muddy, it can confuse the user. Be brief and clear. Just like design, less is more. Use language that is simple, intuitive, and use as few words as possible to get the user through the process quickly and easily. You will need to work within the constraints of the interface, so there may not be much space. You also don't want to overwhelm the user or impede their progress. Users have less time and patience online. Give them the information they need to complete the action. If you need to label and explain everything, then there's something wrong with the UX design that needs to be reevaluated. However, don't sacrifice clarity for brevity. In this example, you can see that each section is only 1 or 2 lines. It gets right to the point of what a user wants and motivates them to act. Be authentic. Remember the part about people treating interfaces as humans and how discrepancies create mistrust? That's really important. Adhere to the organization's brand and tone when writing content. If the company is a startup that sells organic coffee to health-conscious hipsters, then the tone of the brand is likely to be informal, inviting, and fresh. If your content is formal, stuffy, and reserved, then users will think your brand is not genuine and may respond negatively. Many people are familiar with Heather's Picks, which is a collection of books recommended by Indigo CEO Heather Reisman. The purpose is to show a human side to the company and shows users that a real person picks the books. Help users act. Your number one priority is to help users. Examples include a call to action button or brief copy to assist users filling out a form. Etsy uses many good examples of effective microcopy. You immediately understand what they do and who the site is for. The search bar text guides the user with search for items or shops. Show context. Context helps users in many ways. It guides them on what to do next, how to navigate through your interface, and even understand what your organization does. As well, microcopy is effective if it is where the user needs it, such as a line that tells the user what file formats they can upload to a website before they need to perform the task. On the Printful site, you immediately realize what they do. Print your designs on items like t-shirts. Because Printful has 2 main user types, the user is guided into one of 2 paths. Print your designs for yourself or sell your designs. Be conversational. Thanks to texting and instant messaging, we now write just like we speak. In fact, people tend to favor texting over using the phone part of their smartphones. Language has evolved to make conversational design an important aspect of creating interfaces. Write like you're having a conversation with the user to build a connection. Read your copy out loud to know how it sounds. And use you in your writing to focus on the user and avoid ambiguity. In this medium example, they try to progress the relationship with the user by urging them to make it official. Add personality. You build better connections with writing that is warm and personable. Remember the brand's voice and tone when writing. If appropriate, inject some humor, but be careful being clever or funny. It can be risky. This is a slippery slope. Again, context is everything. If it is appropriate, fits with your brand and target audience, then go for it. Use it sparingly and not on common pathways. Too much can be annoying or become boring. Not only does Trello use conversational text, but they also add some personality with their dog mascot, Taco. Taco has been around since they started, and he is frequently used in their microcopy. Muzzle is an app that silences your notifications. They use humor on the right side to show examples of embarrassing notifications. The humor is a bit risky, but it's appropriate and matches the target audience. Understand the user. Get inside their head, examine your content from different viewpoints and in various scenarios. This is where user personas are helpful. Use words that the user recognizes. Using what is familiar will help orient a user in new territory and reduce confusion. On the Mint site, they know that many people have trouble understanding money and worry about security. Mint uses plain language to avoid alienating users. They alleviate concerns about security by repeating the lock symbol and let the user know that signing up is free. Focus on what is next. Only give users the information they need to know to get to the next step. Create a flow with your writing and avoid overwhelming the user. Too much information at once or information that isn't applicable will distract the user. Put secondary content elsewhere for the user to find later. Lemonade is an insurance app that uses a sequence of screens so that you only see the information that is relevant to you. For example, renters versus owners, and to keep the steps simple. Avoid cliffhangers. If an error occurs, your copy should tell the user how to fix it or provide a brief explanation. In this example, MailChimp uses humor and explains to the user why the sign-up didn't go through. It's a nice way to tell the user what they have made an error, and it tells them how to fix it. Use microcopy in unexpected ways. If you want to take your microcopy to the next level, use it in unexpected ways to delight users and strengthen an organization's brand. Use it to liven up boring must-have content like legalese or cookie authorizations. Some areas you can do this are a 404 or coming soon page, a loading screen, a success or error message, or an empty state. Coming up is a collection of unexpected and delightful examples of microcopy. Cookie authorizations are typically a boring nuisance. T&W uses a funny image with the text, "Have a cookie," combined with the familiar "Got it" button. 404 pages are a common way to use fun microcopy. Here is one for Lego. And this is the 404 page for Etsy. Here is an example of a loading screen from Slack. As you can see, there are lots of fun and creative ways you can use microcopy.